Hello, everybody. This is Ken Cooley, District 6060. I am here with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Ralph Zuke. How are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty well this morning.
Where in the world is Ralph Zuke today?
Today I am in Norfolk, Nebraska.
Oh, wow.
Today. So we're going to be starting to ride the Cowboy Trail, which is, I think, 185 miles long, to get us most of the way across Nebraska.
So right now you're what, 2 weeks in?
I think so. You kind of forget what day it is. I see. Yeah, it is. It's 2 weeks today.
You left on a Monday, and I think today is Monday. So, yeah, that's probably about 2 weeks or so. So how far along are you? How many weeks do you have left?
That's a good question. I think it's 6 more weeks.
Oh, wow.
Of riding. I think that's right. Say 8, 9, no, 5.5 weeks of riding to go.
So can you remind everybody why you're doing this?
Yeah. So, 40 years ago, Rotary made a commitment to the children of the world, both at the time and in the future, that we would eradicate polio. And we've become very close, but we're not there yet. And this is sort of a reminder of that promise, and it's an opportunity for us to raise awareness and to raise funding so we can finish this up. Because, again, we're this close. We're down on the about let's see, I would figure about the 1 inch line of a football field from where we started, and we got to get this done.
So in case anybody's seeing this the first time, you started your bike trek from St. Louis. You're heading over to Calgary, and the whole total is 9 weeks or so. Tell us a little bit about, because each night you're stopping at a different club or you're doing a presentation. Can you tell us a little bit about how the first 2 weeks have gone and who you met and all that good stuff?
Excuse me. I probably met somewhere around 10 or 12 clubs right now.
Oh, wow.
Or people from clubs. It's usually not, because I'm not there usually during their meeting times. But we'll have like a handful of people will show up. We'll meet at a restaurant. Go over where we're at. Give them a little display about the impact that the Rotarians have had on it using string. And then like last night, we couldn't find anyone here in Norfolk to meet up with, and we ended up hanging out at a bar restaurant, and you get to tell anybody the story, and they want to hear it. It's a success story ultimately, even though we're not done, and people like hearing that.
Cool. Are you doing drunk bike rides at 2 a.m. to bring people back to their houses? Is that a designated bike driver?
We have had we did have the night before last. I was doing some bike rides. It was probably, let's see, I know when we finished up, it was about 1 a.m.
Oh, wow.
We were just sitting in the driveway in this neighborhood with, I kind of felt like I was on King of the Hill. It's just a whole bunch of us sitting around in lawn chairs on the driveway, talking about all sorts of stuff. But a lot of the questions were, they were asking were about, what we're doing, why am I doing it? And yeah, that was a late night. I don't like doing too many late nights because I try to get up pretty early, particularly now. It's yesterday we hit 90 degrees on the ride, which was weird. It sounds bad, and I honestly didn't know it was 90, mainly because it was so windy. It just never felt that hot. But at the end of the day, you can tell you're drained. You got to make sure you stay hydrated. So we're heading into some hot weather right now. So I'm trying to do early and late rides and take off midday.
So Ralph, who are some of the clubs that you stopped at and have talked to, or tell us about some of the clubs and some of the people you met?
Well, let's see. The very first night we were with the Washington, Missouri Club. And
that's in our district.
Yep. And that was a lot of fun. really good club, solid club, and had a real nice time. Unfortunately, Washington itself is on a hill, at least where we were at. So giving rides was not easy. I did get I think it was the president-elect in the chair, but it is a little bit challenging because I don't go up or downhill when it's too much of a hill with anyone in it because going uphill, of course, that's just not going to happen. But downhill, I have to be careful because the rickshaw, if you have too much weight back there and I try to brake, it'll start to jackknife. So I can take you on flat. That's it. And they didn't have much flat to work with where we were at. So I've also been to the Fulton Club in Missouri, next district over.
Cool.
And that was a lot of fun. Enjoyed meeting them. They were actually meeting at a different location than they normally do. And it ended up being great for me because there was a lot of space. I gave a bunch of people a ride. And I can't remember the gentleman's name, but one of them was a former Cardinals player from back in I think the 60s. Won a World Series with them, I think, back in the 60s.
Oh, wow.
And that was kind of fun. Let's see, other clubs, the Sedalia Club, I've met with a few of their members. That was a real nice night out. Uh, the night before last, I met with the district I'm in here in Nebraska. I met with their polio chair and his wife, who's going to be district governor next year. He's a past district governor, as well as hung out with my host for 3 nights because we sort of had a situation where we were switching out drivers, and so we knew we were staying one night. And I said, "Hey, we're switching out drivers. I have a day off tomorrow, and then the other driver comes in. If you wouldn't mind, could I stay 2 more nights?" And they were like, "Oh, absolutely." So I think they got a decent trade out of it. I did some repair work on their deck and hung some doors for them on my day off. So,
That's
but
awesome.
they were very nice, great host. I mean, I've had really, really good hosts all the way across. And actually, last night was the first night we stayed in a hotel.
Out of two
We're
weeks.
2 weeks. As far well, a hotel that wasn't that I'm actually paying out pocket for this one. And I know those are going to happen. We're going to be in some areas that there's not only not Rotary clubs around, there's not much towns around, period. So we're heading into an area that's going to be pretty desolate. Don't have a whole lot of um, connections and places to go. Although we have I know I have one on the Cowboy Trail that we're going to be staying with. So we'll see. Tonight might be a little bit of a challenge. Although the bartender last night assured us that the people in Nebraska are so nice that if you go to a dive bar, somebody will be like, "Yeah, man, I got an extra room. You can come crash out." And so we're going to put that to the test tonight.
So you might be
If we
bringing
can
somebody
find
home via rickshaw.
No. We'll just we'll see. It was really funny. We had a really good conversation last night. And I will say, all the way across, the people have been absolutely wonderful. I
That's
mean,
awesome.
great interactions, both rotary, non-rotary. I always tell people when I do these rides, at the end, I have a restored faith in humanity because you see the best of people in this.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Are you finding it? Well, okay. So we had a candid conversation the other night about you being on the trail. You got chased by cows, apparently. There was
Yeah.
a scenario where you're being told on a certain trail you need bear spray.
Yeah, that's coming up. That's in the western part of South Dakota that I've been told that you probably should have bear spray.
Oh my God.
Uh, the chase by cows was really cool though. Actually, it was I was riding along this road and off to my left there was this large pasture and there was probably 30 or 40 black Angus cows. And as I'm riding up to them, they're all staring at me. And cows are very curious. They always watch as you go by. But then they decided they wanted to run with me. And I got to tell you, they are surprisingly fast because I wasn't going slow. And to have 30 or 40 of them running next to you, it's kind of cool. It's like, and they probably went, I don't know, maybe a tenth, 2/10 of a mile. I mean, it wasn't real far, but they can move. And I was thinking, man, that's a lot of meat moving around over there. I wouldn't want to get caught under that.
Oh,
So
that's
then,
funny. Well, you've seen the
little,
running of the bulls, or those big
yeah,
animals. They can move.
they didn't have horns though, so that was good. Well, that was later in the day. Later in the day. So a little bit later in the day, I also got chased by several dogs, and one of them, Tiggs, was my SAG driver. He was right behind me, and he was like, "Yeah, I really thought that one was going to get you." And I said, "It's funny. I never had that feeling that he wanted to bite. I think he just was in it he was a hound dog, big old floppy ears going." And I could watch him as I'm riding. And I honestly, I just never felt like he had any interest in biting. He just he was just in it for the chase. But you still get a little nervous when you have lots of dogs, kind of, because it was like 3 or 4 dogs, but that was the only one that was close to me. But then the scary part was later in the day. I'm riding on another, just country road. There's a hill coming down towards me with a barbed wire fence, which is only like 2 thin wires wide, and there's a gigantic Black Angus bull just staring me down. And he was probably, I don't know, 20, 30 yards away from me at that time, not very far. And it occurred to me as I'm sort of going by him, and he's really giving me the eye, that it's like, yeah, I'm wearing a bright red shirt. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be wearing a bright red shirt around a giant bull that only has 2 little wires between he and I. But it ended up, he just stared me down the whole way, and that was it. But it was pretty funny.
That's awesome. Hey, tell us. I know we're limited on time here. Tell us a little bit
Mhm.
about your drivers that are with you. I know Mr. Tiggs was with you and just left a day or two ago. Shout
Yep.
out to him. Just an amazing person. Who you got with you on this leg?
Now I have BJ Welling, my brother-in-law from Wisconsin, also an avid cyclist, and so it's really fun. BJ and I don't get a whole lot of time just to hang out together, so this is going to be a real nice time. And I think it's fun for him to see what I get to experience. And I always said, the drivers kind of get the best of both worlds. They don't have to ride the bike, but then at the end of the day, they get treated just as well as I do. So, it's usually pretty good. Um,
There's a nice
so
steak at the end. Maybe that's why that bull was staring you down.
yeah, maybe. So, but no, it's nice having him here, and he's on, I think, for the next 10 days. So.
I know. Well, shout out to all these guys who are helping you out. I think that's just amazing being able to take the time off and kind of drive with you. Tell us a little bit about. I know that we have on the Rouse Rickshaw page on Facebook, we usually post donate here. Are you
Mhm.
selling a lot of shirts, or how does that work? How can we raise money for you?
Well, okay, so the shirts don't go towards polio. Those go towards sort of financing my ride.
Okay.
Um, and we haven't been pushing those real hard. I still have a lot. We should probably put them up on a website. If anyone wants to order them, we can get that taken care of.
Okay.
They're $22 a piece. They're two designs unique. They're not sold anywhere else for the polio initiative. As far as donating, we have a QR code that's on pretty much everything we have on, and I think we put on almost every post. Also, if you don't do QR codes, there is a, was it URL
Yeah, yeah.
that you can, yeah, that's on there. Um, and I haven't really looked in lately to see where we're at. I know we have a long ways to go to get to the goal that I'm hoping we'll reach. I also know that a lot of people wait towards the end to do it, figuring, he's still got weeks to go. I can do this anytime. Give me some love. I could use some. I'd like to see those numbers starting to go up a little earlier this time.
Understood.
So
We'll put the QR code up. We'll do all of that stuff. We'll have some links on here. Is there anything you want to say to the fine folks who are watching this video right now? As far as like I mean, is there anything you want to let these people know who are supporting you and have supported you in the past?
You know, this has been, again, a Rotary initiative for 40 years, and we are incredibly close. And what a feather in the cap it will be to Rotary, but also to anyone donating. You know, once you donate to this, you're part of the solution. You own part of this now. And I invite you to be part of it because this is a pretty rare event. Only one other disease has ever been eradicated. That was smallpox. And this one has proven to be a very challenging one. Again, when Rotary first said they would do it, the World Health Organization didn't even want to sign on. They said it was too aggressive. It couldn't be done. And, luckily for the world, Rotarians don't listen to that kind of discouraging news. And they're a bunch of very smart people, not necessarily myself, but who figure things out. They figure out how to get it done. The best thing I can do is honor the people who've been working on this before me by trying to be the one to help finish it up. And so I invite people, help be the person to finish this up. Make that donation. You may think it's a small donation, and I gotta remind everyone, any dollar that you put in, the Gates and Melinda Gates, the Gates Foundation puts in $2, and that adds up quickly. So
the other thing I wanted to mention too is I think Margie set up the donation page. So if you are a Rotarian, you can put in that Rotarian thing. We'll confirm that, but that
actually,
would go
okay. So
points.
Yeah, you do. If you're a Rotarian, you will get points. It's, those points are your points. It's just it helps us track if we're getting people to donate. We wanted to be able to track it, but those are your points. They don't go to me or to our district.
Yeah.
They go to you. So very important to point that out.
Awesome.
For the Rotarians.
Awesome.
And then
no, I was
along
just
the
going to
way,
say.
like I said.
Go ahead.
Oh, along the way, I do get people handing me cash, and I get to throw that in. What I usually do is, if they hand me cash at the end of every 2 or 3 days, I go on that same site that everyone else is asked to go on. I do it through my credit card, and that way, it goes through, and then I also end up with a little cash in my pocket. So,
So I need to get on a bike and ride to Calgary, and people will just hand me cash. That sounds awesome.
You gotta have a rickshaw in the back.
Oh, okay.
That's the trick. You gotta have a rickshaw in the back.
Just for the record, I am not getting on a bike. Well, Ralph, we are all very proud of you and for what you're doing. And we always see like movies and read books and little 2-minute blurbs about people like you who are able to kind of get your stuff together, figure out a game plan, and actually go for this grandiose plan of riding a bike from St. Louis to Calgary. We're all really proud of you, dude, and just I can't thank you enough for the work that you're doing. And I always ask you if you're nuts. I will never ask that again because I know the answer.
You know the answer. No, to be honest, I'm having a great time. Probably the hardest thing is being away from friends and family for this long. It's tough. But I'm also making new friends almost every day, so that's nice too. And
Awesome.
the camaraderie, which is very important for people not just in Rotary but outside Rotary too. It's there, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, and I know this Danielle is a saint for putting up with this, but holy moly, dude, we are all very excited and very proud of you. And you're 2 weeks in.
2 weeks in, quarter of the way there.
Well, there you go. We'll check in again with you in the next week or two. Again, we'll post all the donation links and stuff on this video and on. I encourage people to go to the Rickshaw page on Facebook. You'll have all the information you need there. Any last words you want to tell everybody?
Hopefully your day is as good as mine. So, because I'm having a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you, Ralph, for putting up with me for this morning. keep chugging along, dude. We're all very proud of you, man.
It should be an easy, excuse me, easy day today. I think I only got 46 miles today.
Oh, that's all.
It's flat.
That's all. All right, dude.
All
Well,
right.
good luck. You need anything, you know, you got 8 million people here across the globe, across the country that got your back. So, you know, we're pushing for you.
Sounds good.
All right.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, Bubba.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.